He has scored more official goals than any human being in history. Now, at 41 years old, Cristiano Ronaldo approaches the final chapter of a career that has rewritten the sport's limits. His resume includes 5 Ballon d'Or and a level of dominance in the Champions League that few players will ever replicate. For over 2 decades, he has sustained a physical peak through rigorous discipline, continuing to break scoring records long after most of his peers have retired. Yet, despite the countless individual accolades and club trophies, one specific piece of hardware is missing from his collection: the World Cup. Time is nearly exhausted. The 2026 tournament represents the absolute final opportunity for Ronaldo to face the one test he has yet to pass. Historically, Portugal has functioned as an underdog nation, producing world-class individuals while struggling to match the depth of giants like Brazil or France. The national team has endured periods of deep frustration, including the total failure to qualify for the 1998 World Cup despite a roster full of domestic stars. Previous golden generations carried the hope of the country, but repeatedly found the global stage too difficult to master. Ronaldo's first attempt at 19 ended in the 2006 semifinals, a deep run that concluded in a grueling defeat, leaving the young winger in tears. As he entered his prime, the team's over-reliance on his individual brilliance led to a series of early exits in 2010 and 2014, as opponents found ways to isolate him. The most recent disappointment in Qatar saw him walking alone down a stadium tunnel, weeping after a quarterfinal elimination that many thought was his end. For a man defined by his ability to overcome every obstacle, this one stage remains a singular, unconquered territory. In 2026, the strategy has shifted. At 41, Ronaldo isn't required to carry the entire tactical weight of the nation on his own. He is now surrounded by the most talented and balanced roster in the history of the Portuguese national team. A new midfield engine provides constant creativity and possession, allowing Portugal to dictate the flow of the game against even the strongest opponents. The defensive spine has become a physical wall, offering a level of protection and stability that the team lacked in previous decades. On the wings, a generation of explosive, fast attackers forces defenses to stretch, creating the space the team needs to operate. Portugal is no longer a one-man army. It is a complete squad where the burden of victory is shared among elite talents. Manager Roberto Martinez has optimized this collection of talent, building a system that prioritizes efficiency over individual heroics. The system funnels play toward the center. Wide threats and dominant passing lanes evolve Ronaldo into a pure finisher. Defenders must choose: stay wide to cover wingers, or collapse inward to mark him. Either way, the system creates an opening. This tactical balance allows Portugal to match up effectively against the technical possession of Spain or the high-speed transitions of France. They arrive in 2026 not as a hopeful underdog, but as a clinical, ruthless machine built for global competition. Back home, 10 million people are banking their collective hopes on this singular tournament. Entire generations of fans and players have grown up watching Ronaldo, making his final run a deeply personal event for the country. His influence extends into the nation's global image and cultural identity, where he has been the face of Portuguese ambition for 20 years. Every match in this campaign carries the emotional weight of a nation's history, turning a football tournament into a defining moment for Portugal's pride. After decades of near misses and tactical rebuilding, the 2026 campaign represents a breakthrough, a clinical, relentless path through the bracket that brings Portugal to the final. On the pitch, the 41-year-old veteran leads the line, fighting through 90 minutes of pressure to secure the one victory he has spent his life chasing. The entire world watches as the clock runs down, with the final result hanging on a single goal, a single moment, and a single prize. As the final whistle echoes, 20 years of agonizing pursuit evaporate, replaced by the reality that the final obstacle has been cleared. Lifting this trophy resolves the last remaining tension of his career, concluding the greatest unfinished story in sports and transforming a legend into an immortal figure of the game.